Yes, and welcome back to another episode of myself, Luke. So I hope you had a fantastic weekend. It's still technically the weekend because of the bank holiday Monday, wherever you are. So I hope you're having a really good weekend. And normally today I wasn't planning on bringing a video out. So purely because you can see on my screen, Bitcoin is down $3,000. So why is this? Well, I'm going to go into that in just a second, my thoughts on this. And if you're new to the channel, please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and also leave any comments in the comment section below how I can improve this channel, and also what altcoins you're buying for this year's bull run. So just before we go into the technicals of Bitcoin for the short term and long term, I just want to go over I've been looking at the monthly returns since, well, pretty much almost the existence of Bitcoin. And at the beginning of this year, January, February, March, we've had a fantastic start to the year. And April right now is down -2. I mean, it's just the first day of April. Bearing in mind, this month is the month of the halving. So do you think people are starting to FOMO into it or panic sell because this is the month of the Bitcoin halving? Is it literally buy the rumor and sell the news event? So just looking at March, we did finish strongly with a nice plus 17% almost. And March is a 50-50 month if you look at the history of Bitcoin. February is always usually... You can see February is usually really, really good, and January is 50-50 as well. So April usually is a good month. So with the Bitcoin halving looming around the corner, just less than 3 weeks, could we see a red month because everybody might be thinking we're going to new all-time highs, blast off to 100k, or are we going to have this potential pullback before we go that next leg higher? So in my opinion, if you've been following my videos over the last few weeks, I have been calling for a retracement, a pullback, because nothing goes up in a straight line. And I mean, we're overly bought. We'll go into the technicals in a moment, but if you've been watching me, my channel, I've been talking about the Bollinger Bands and all sorts of different things. So number one thing right now, it's a bull cycle, so don't panic. It's normal to experience 25-30% pullbacks. It's just what it is in crypto, and you can see that right across the board. The pullbacks that we have. Okay, this is the monthly. And if you want more information, you can look at the quarterly as well. I think, where is it? Yeah, Bitcoin quarterly returns. You have them here over the last 12, 13 years. And even Ethereum as well for the quarterly return. So I'm going to stick with this chart because I like to look at each month just for some... Usually in Bitcoin, crypto, things rhyme. Don't necessarily, obviously, 100% perfectly align each 4 years, but it rhymes and it has this like logical development to it after the halving. And we have that 1 year bull run after the halving, 2 year bear market, 1 year accumulation, and then off we go again. That's what's been happening the past 3-4 times in Bitcoin's history since its creation. And as you can see, normally over May, especially the last May and June, the last few years, we've been in the red. So could we see April, May, June, red months, and then the rest of the year? Usually August is pretty bad, in September. At the end of the year, we usually have those parabolic run up to the next all-time high, the peak of the market, and then we come crashing back down the year after. So where do you think we're going in the month of April? Do you think we're going to continue to go up higher? In my personal opinion, I don't think so, because of the technicals we're going to look at in a moment. But the biggest factor is the fact that most people are talking about 80k, maybe 100k Bitcoin. I just don't see it yet. I mean, if it happens, it's great. I hope I'm wrong. But I do expect a major pullback this month, if not definitely in May, and going into the summer. So again, 90% of people lose in crypto. That's how volatile it is. So don't base your decision on what I'm saying or what anybody says on YouTube. You have to do your own research. You have to follow your own plan, your own strategy. If you're in altcoins, then you need to have a plan. And then when you start doubting, write down your plan, look back at it. But number one thing, we're in a bull market, so don't worry at all for this year. But we will be having probably a pullback at some point, and I think that will happen this month. I've been talking about the volatility of Bitcoin just before, during, or after the halving. Now, 4 years ago, back in 2020, we had that March minus 24%. That's due to obviously we know what happened back in April with the confinement, March 2020, because of the confinement, etc. That was a black swan event. So I'm not saying that this year this is going to happen. I mean, a black swan event can happen at any moment, and then things start starting to crash. So if that doesn't happen, we'll probably have a 20-25%, maybe a 30% pullback. It could happen very quickly. I'm not saying that the monthly return will be minus 25 or 30. We might see that like maybe a 2-week period where we pull back 35-40%, and then we finish the month like minus 25 or minus 20. But do expect that to happen. It happens all the time. Nothing goes up in a straight line. So if you're new to crypto, just be aware that we do have these pullbacks. And then if you've been here for years, then you know exactly what I'm trying to talk about. So just look at the bigger picture. If ever you have doubts, just like many people say, just zoom out if you are in doubt. And what I like to do is look at the weekly. And I mean, it's been absolutely phenomenal since the back end of 2022. I mean, this is the accumulation, the end of the bear market accumulation phase, and we've already gone above the all-time high. So, of course, I hope Bitcoin just goes straight to 100k next week, but I have to be realistic. Normally, like we see here and in the previous halvings, we do have a lot of volatility and pullback. So I don't want to give everybody. I want to be objective. That's the whole point of this channel. And also to look at AI and coins and gaming coins, which I want to highlight this week. So if we do have a pullback, fantastic, because that gives us an opportunity to buy Bitcoin cheaper, and also the altcoins. So yeah, the altcoins are down today due to Bitcoin dumping $3,000. Expect the altcoins to go down even harder if Bitcoin does drop down 20-25%. Then the altcoins are going to be on a huge sale, maybe a flash sale. So if you see some of these altcoins that you're buying, which are like minus 40, minus 50%, try to get into the habit. Again, not financial advice. You could lose all your money. Take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. I'm just a guy on YouTube just speaking about my own opinion. So just be careful, again, who you listen to, and take what we all say with a pinch of salt. You have to do your own research. So when you see this, well, when I see it, then it's like the sales. So if I see minus 50% and I've got a bag of altcoins then that I've been accumulating over the past year or two, then it's on sale. I mean, it's minus 50%. If you go into a shop, you're not going to complain if something is minus 50%. You probably buy more for your money. And it's exactly the same idea in crypto. So that way, if you load up your bags with the coins that you're interested in my opinion, the narrative of this cycle will be AI and gaming. Really big into gaming, so for me, I'm more biased towards gaming, but I think after looking at doing a lot of research, I think AI will probably be the catalyst for this year, and then gaming. So AI is just going to explode over the next 5-10 years, and I think in crypto it's just going to be absolutely nuts. And so AI, if you've seen one of my last videos, I did speak about AI and gaming very briefly at the end of that episode, and how the market cap of, I think, AI No, it's gaming. The market cap of gaming is the same market cap as Dogecoin. So just puts things into perspective. When the market cap of a meme coin is the same market cap of the whole entire gaming space, then for me it just shows where gaming and AI is going to go. If Dogecoin can go that high, just one meme coin, of course Elon Musk is behind it, there's a huge community, but we're talking about the whole market cap of AI, the whole market cap of gaming. These things are going to 10x, 20, 30x over the next decade, in my opinion. Maybe even this year. So could AI 10x in market cap this year? I think it could. And that's why I think the narrative will be in those two categories. So just very quickly, looking at the technicals of Bitcoin, let's just let's stay into the weekly, because I wanted to show you the Bollinger Bands like I've been talking about. A few weeks ago, I was talking about how overly extended we were and that it's not normal and we would come back inside, and that's exactly what we did. Last week we did have that rally to the upside. We touched it perfectly, and now we're coming back down. I've been talking about this over the last couple of weeks, the Bollinger Bands, and so far it's doing exactly what I've been saying. And so I do expect us to come back down to these levels, and that's why I've got that 51k, the 44, 37. This doesn't mean I'm a bear, not at all. I'm a huge bull in the long term, but we have to realize that we're coming up to the halving, and those retracements 8-9 times out of 10 they happen. So could we see a retracement from here already if we go to the top here for the week and we come all the way back down to our first level? I think it's the 0.38 level. That's a 28% crash or pullback, let's say. Let's not call it a crash. 28% pullback. After that, we've got a 37% pullback at the 50% level, and we've got a 46 or 47% at the 0.618 level, which Bitcoin tends to hit that Fibonacci 0.618 level. It likes to float around with that level. So could we see a 47% crash, flash crash, maybe a V-shape down at $37,000? If that happens, then again, just my opinion, you should start loading up, because this is the last chance you probably get to load up in Bitcoin at those levels and in altcoins, because after the halving, going into June, July, there's no point, in my opinion, buying anymore, because then we just go straight into that bull run. People will be FOMOing in. Before you know it, your grandma's buying, and everybody around the world is talking about crypto, and you just lose 98-99% of your portfolio. So if you're not doing it now, then why not? Again, if you disagree with my levels down here, if you think we're going to go higher over the next couple of weeks or even before the halving, then drop me a comment in the section below. So that's just one thing I want to highlight, the Bollinger Bands. So I do expect us to come a little bit lower. I did speak about the the RSI divergence last week, because on the 4-hourly we had that bearish indication just here. This was last week on the RSI. So we did have this. I did speak about this, and going into April, I do expect short term we have a retracement, long term 6-figure Bitcoin. So let me know in the comment section below what you think, and I should be back tomorrow, I hope. So enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you with another video next time. Bye bye.